Imagine waking up one morning, and within a single heartbeat, every nuclear bomb ever built by mankind, over 13,000 warheads, detonates simultaneously. Not just one city, not one country, but the entire planet engulfed in fire, light, and shockwaves that rewrite the very definition of destruction. This is not fiction. This is what would really happen if every nuclear bomb on Earth exploded all at once. Let's begin with the math. As of today, there are roughly 13,000 nuclear weapons in existence, held mainly by the United States, Russia, China, France, the United Kingdom, India, Pakistan, North Korea, and Israel. Together, they hold the destructive power of around 4 million Hiroshima bombs. Each warhead can release temperatures hotter than the surface of the sun, reaching up to 100 million degrees Celsius in its core. Now imagine every one of them going off at the exact same second. The sky would turn white, not blue, not orange, but pure blinding white light. For anyone looking directly at it, their retinas would burn instantly. The flash would be visible from space. The light would cover the Earth's surface before the sound could even begin. In the first second after detonation, fireballs expand thousands of meters wide, vaporizing everything within miles. Entire cities like New York, Moscow, Beijing, London, and Islamabad would vanish without leaving a trace. Within 5 seconds, shockwaves circle the globe. Buildings crumble, oceans boil near coastal detonation sites, and the planet's crust trembles under the pressure of so many simultaneous blasts. The Earth itself, for the first time in human history, would be shaken at its core. Seismographs around the world would register readings far beyond the Richter scale, like a global earthquake, continuous and unstoppable. Within a minute, the planet would look like a torch. The upper atmosphere would ignite as hundreds of millions of tons of debris and fire rise skyward. All major cities across 30 countries would vanish. Anything flammable, forests, homes, crops, fuel, even human bodies, would burst into flames. Radiation levels would skyrocket to the point where even being underground wouldn't help. The explosion heat would create hurricane-force winds, pulling oxygen toward the blast zones, suffocating survivors miles away. The firestorms would be so vast that they merge into one continuous global inferno. Now comes something worse than the explosions: the nuclear soot. As all the cities burn, they release over 180 million tons of black carbon into the atmosphere. That soot would rise up to the stratosphere, where it can't be washed away by rain. The result? Within hours, sunlight would begin to disappear. The sky turns from fiery orange to deep black, even at noon. The temperature drops instantly. Day turns into permanent twilight. With no sunlight reaching the surface, the Earth begins to cool rapidly. Within a week, average global temperatures drop by 20 to 30 degrees Celsius, 36 to 54 degrees Fahrenheit. Crops die, animals perish. And survivors, if any, would struggle to find warmth in the freezing radioactive dark. This is what scientists call a nuclear winter. Wind patterns would change, rainfall would stop. The ozone layer, destroyed by radiation, would allow deadly ultraviolet rays to reach the ground. Every breath would carry microscopic radioactive dust, slowly poisoning the lungs of whoever's left. By now, 90% of the global population is already gone. The few survivors hiding in underground bunkers or remote shelters face a new kind of enemy: hunger and radiation sickness. Water sources are contaminated. The oceans are filled with radioactive isotopes like cesium-137 and strontium-90. Even fish become deadly to eat. Governments cease to exist. Communications die. Electric grids fail permanently. The world is silent, except for the faint rumble of collapsing buildings and the cries of the dying. After a year, the Earth would still be wrapped in darkness. The sun's rays can no longer pierce through the dense layers of black soot. Temperatures hover near minus 20 degrees Celsius, minus 4 degrees Fahrenheit, even in places like Africa and South America. Forests are gone. Rivers freeze. Only the strongest species, like cockroaches and deep-sea bacteria, begin to dominate. For humans, the air remains toxic. Cancer rates spike. Genetic mutations appear in newborns. The few humans who survived underground now emerge to a dead world. No plants, no animals, no sky. Just ash. A decade later, the atmosphere slowly begins to clear. But Earth is not what it used to be. Half of all species are extinct. Radiation has reshaped the DNA of surviving life forms. Some plants might evolve resistance, some animals grow mutations, but humanity as we knew it is gone. Cities are skeletons of glass and steel, half buried in snow and dust. The planet resembles Mars more than Earth, cold, barren, and silent. If every nuclear bomb went off, the total energy released would be around 6,000 megatons of TNT, roughly equal to hundreds of volcanic eruptions happening at once. That energy would tilt the Earth's atmosphere, possibly altering its rotation slightly, destroy 80% of the ozone layer, block sunlight for up to 10 to 15 years, reduce global agricultural output by 90%. Even if life somehow persisted, it would take thousands of years for radiation to fade enough to make Earth fully habitable again. This is not just imagination. In 1983, scientists Carl Sagan and Richard Turco proposed the nuclear winter theory. Their simulations, later confirmed by modern climate models, showed that even a small-scale nuclear war between India and Pakistan could drop global temperatures by 5 degrees Celsius. Now scale that up by 1,000 times. That's what simultaneous global detonation would look like. NASA climate models confirm even 100 nuclear explosions could produce a mini ice age. Thousands? They'd end all human civilization. In reality, detonating all nuclear weapons at once is almost impossible. Nuclear warheads are stored separately, require complex codes, and are heavily guarded. Even if every world leader went mad simultaneously, the logistics of triggering them all at the same time defy probability. But what's terrifying is how close we've come. During the Cold War, the world faced near misses, like the Cuban Missile Crisis 1962 or the Stanislav Petrov incident, 1983. Moments where a single decision could have ended humanity. One wrong signal, one mistaken radar reading, and the world could have been gone in minutes. So, what's the takeaway? This isn't just a what-if fantasy. It is a reflection of the immense power humanity holds, and the razor-thin line between progress and destruction. We built nuclear weapons to protect ourselves, but in truth, they became the very thing that could erase us. If every bomb exploded, Earth wouldn't burn forever, it would freeze. The brightest light humanity ever produced would lead to its darkest age. And maybe that's the greatest irony of all. In the end, if every nuclear bomb exploded, the Earth would not be destroyed instantly like in movies. It would die slowly, freezing, starving, gasping under the ashes of its own fire. Yet even in that desolation, some microscopic life might begin again, deep under the ice, in radioactive soil, or near volcanic vents. And millions of years later, maybe another species would rise. One that might look back and whisper, once there were humans, powerful enough to destroy their own world. If you found this vision terrifying yet fascinating, don't forget to subscribe and support the next timelines. Because here we explore the world that could have been, and might still be,